Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a very informal type of video, I feel like. I really don't even exactly know what I'm going to say, but all I know is that I had to make this video. I'm already gonna get emotional. Without further ado, I'm just kind of gonna get into this because I don't really know what else to say. I just feel like I need to tell you guys what just happened to me, and I'm gonna cry. So if you know me, you would know that I have dealt with anxiety for pretty much forever. At times it's been worse than others, but it's always been there. And as soon as I came to Christ and like surrendered my life to him, it got better. And I would always pray when these anxiety spells would come on me, and you know, they would get better, they would, but it was like a temporary thing, but they would always come back. They never fully went away. And it's something I was always bound by, and I've always had faith that God's gonna heal me from it one day. I know, I'm like, in my heart, I know that he's gonna heal me from it. And I've always had that mindset, because I want it more than anything, because if you know anybody who's had anxiety, you know how much of a burden it is. It just feels like this cloud of darkness sits over your head, and nothing you can say or do can stop it from happening. It takes you over, and it's just the worst thing. Anyways, so yeah, I've been dealing with that, and over the last couple of years it's kind of been more prevalent in my life than it has in past years, just more frequently. And I know people have different types of anxiety. Like, there's people who have major panic attacks that are like close to heart attacks, and like you pass out and all this stuff, or you get it in waves and stuff. There's so many different types of anxiety, but they're all the same thing, you know, it's all the same thing. And it really sucks. So that's like my little backstory, and as of recently I've just been in a bad place, just because of my anxiety and the fear of it overcoming me completely, and me not being able to stop it no matter how much I've prayed. So I get into church this morning, just expecting a normal church service. Right away the pastor, you could tell like something, you know, not was bothering him, but that like you could just tell that God was there. Right away you could tell. And he gets on the stage to preach, and he tells the congregation right away, he's like, I just want you guys to know that God's been speaking to me, and this message, he's gonna do something today. Like, he told me he's gonna do it if you guys are willing. And I was like, you know, like, okay, like, what's he talking about? And all of a sudden he started talking about anxiety. And you know, like, he's talked about anxiety before in church and it's been good and stuff, but there was something different about it. Okay. So he started talking about it, and you know, it really got my attention because everything he was saying lined up with how I was feeling, and it made me have anxiety while he was talking about it. That's how strong it was, and it's really taking me over. And he was explaining how, he was telling a story of someone, how they said that anxiety is like the closest feeling to hell that there is, and that feeling is true. It feels like hell, honestly. Described, you know, how it takes you over, and how people can go on all of these medications for it, and it's just a temporary fix. It's not a cure. All these medications you can go on for anxiety, sure, I'm sure they do help, and I know people who are on them and it helps, but it makes you emotionless, and it's just a temporary fix. It doesn't cure it. And I've always known that. That's why I haven't gone on anxiety medication, because I know how it affects you. So anyways, he's talking about this, and I'm just like zoned into what he's saying. It's like he's sitting there talking to me, and I know some other people that he was talking to as well, because one of my friends that go there, we literally just had a conversation the night before last night about anxiety, and she was telling me all about hers and I was telling her about mine, and it's just crazy how God works. He's talking about this and I feel God the whole service, but my anxiety started to well up inside of me so bad, because I knew he was gonna say to, like, if you want this freed from you, to come up front and he'd pray for you. I knew that was coming, and I knew that I needed it. I wanted that. So I knew I was going to, so it made me so anxious. But little back before then, he was reading in the book of Joel, and I forget what verses exactly. I think it was Joel 1, chapter 1 to chapter 2, I don't know. And he relayed that message to anxiety and how God spoke to him and told him that if we as his vessels are willing, that he was willing to do something today, this hour, to deliver us from that anxiety, and not just a temporary fix, but to completely get rid of it. That has never sounded better to me. I always thought in my head that it was just, anxiety was something that I was just gonna have to deal with, that yeah, I'm sure it would get better if I prayed, but I just knew it was always gonna be there, and it was always gonna be something that was gonna just be with me. And I always wanted and liked the idea of it going away, but I didn't feel like that was gonna happen because it's such a strong thing that's so hard to overcome. And so he's talking about this, and of course at the end he said, now I know that some of you in here, sitting right here, I know you're feeling anxious right now. And he was talking to me. So after he got done telling his message, he said, if there's anyone in this congregation, I don't want you to be scared, because we're not here to judge you. No one's here to judge you. God wants to take this from you. If you've dealt with anxiety, come up front. And I knew, I was like waiting for him to say it, like I wasn't even hesitating. Sometimes I feel like we can hesitate to go up front because we don't want people to look at us weird or to judge us, and it just, you know, it can be a little uncomfortable, and you have to be vulnerable to do it. And without a hesitation in me, I was waiting for him to say those words, and I was one of the first ones up there. My anxiety was welling up in me, my heart was racing very fast, and I was just, right then I knew, I was like, God, you have to take this away. So as I'm walking up there, I start bawling my eyes out, and I noticed my friend walked up there as well, and a lot of other people did. And I started bawling my eyes out because I know that pain all too well, and I know how much of an impact that it's had on my life, not in a good way. And it's affected so many things for me: relationships, jobs, friendships, a bunch of things. And I didn't want it anymore, and I was tired of it, and I just knew that I needed it to go away. I got up there, and right away, like I said, started crying and started praying. It's like, God, I can't handle this anymore, and I don't want to. I want this to go away, and I want it to stay away, and I don't want to come back to this anymore. I don't want this anxiety controlling me and having a hold over my life anymore. And he was going down the line praying for every person individually, you know, to like, for Lord to help them. Before he even got down to me, I was already pouring it out to God, and I was bawling, and I could feel him working in me. You could feel his presence all around. It was so insane. It was so crazy and so amazing. Then he gets to me, and as soon as he put his hand on me, he doesn't like, I know some pastors, and they can try and be really forceful with things and try and like, they'll like push you to like make you, you know, feel something, but that's not how it works. He just lightly put his hand on me, and he started to pray, and immediately I started bawling even more, and I just felt this release in me, and it's something that I have been waiting for such a long time. I felt this release of this anxiety just lift from me, and it just felt it go away. It's just simple as that. This is something that I didn't think would ever go away. I didn't think that at all. I didn't think it was something that could go away. I mean, I liked to think that, but I didn't think it actually would. But as soon as he was praying for me, I felt it, and I could not stop crying. I was a mess. I was such a mess. I didn't care though in the moment. I really didn't care. There was so many people surrounding me, praying for me, and others, and then my friend got it too. And it's just, it blows my mind, honestly guys. It blows my mind how amazing God is. If you think that there's something too hard for him, you're wrong. He can heal anything. If he can heal my anxiety and take it completely away, and I have 100% faith that he's taken it away and it's not going to come back, but he can heal anything. He can heal addictions. He can heal alcoholism. I know so many people who have been through those things. They always say once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic, but that's not true when you have God, because he completely restores you from that stuff. And I know several people who have gone through that. So I don't really know what the whole point of this video was. I guess more to tell you guys that if you think that there's something wrong with you that you don't think can be healed or can be taken away, I strongly urge you to pray hard and seek hard and not give up until it goes away. And this is also a good example of why it's important to go to a spirit-filled church where the pastor's main priority isn't how many people he can get in the church on a Sunday, but how many lives he can save, and how many, well, through God obviously. And make sure you have a pastor that really listens to the Lord and listens to what he's telling him, because if this pastor wouldn't have listened to what God was telling him, I wouldn't be here today saying that I'm 100% delivered from my anxiety, and I 100% believe that I am. But because of his obedience, he helped someone like me and a bunch of other people in the church also. God is just so good, guys. And I know people think you're crazy for believing this stuff, and you're like, oh, it's just a state of mind. Like, it's just your mind playing tricks on you. It's not. It's so nuts. Like, if you knew, if you felt his presence like I have and like I do, you would know that it's not just a state of mind, this placebo effect. It's not. It's God. He's there and he can help you. If you're struggling with anxiety, look, I just urge you to pray in the Spirit and ask him to completely deliver it from you and to resist the devil, and go meet with a pastor, one that's Spirit-filled, and have him pray with you, and just until you feel that happen. I'm not someone who normally goes up to the altar every Sunday and cries. I'm just that person who, because I have anxiety, had anxiety, I just couldn't do that stuff. But today I didn't care who saw me. I just let it all out, and I am so happy for it. And I feel like from today on, my life is going to be transformed and changed, and I'm so excited for it. It's just, I just feel like on cloud 9 right now. Like, it's insane. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's kind of all over the place. I don't even know what I'm going to call this, but I just wanted to share with you guys what happened to me today, and know that it is possible for it to happen to you too. If you think that you can't get through something, you can. And I just wanted to let you guys know that. Thank you for watching. I'm sorry I've been lacking on videos lately. I've been pretty busy, but my birthday's coming up, so I'll be vlogging and doing all that stuff, and I will definitely be making more faith videos. But thank you so much for your attention, and I hope you got something from this video. I wouldn't lie to you guys, he really did heal me, and I'm just gonna cry again. I'm just gonna cry. Alright, so thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Make sure to keep calm and count your blessings. Bye.